Hello, everyone. So our project is on fake news detection on social media. Yeah, so the introduction. Um, First, we will go over some general ideas about fake news. Fake news is intentionally and verifiably false news published by a news outlet. They are produced because they tend to attract more readers, and anonymous users intentionally disseminate noisy and misleading information on the internet. So the main purpose that we want to tackle fake news is that the widespread of fake news can mislead the public and cause widespread distrust and psychological profits for some parties. So the features of fake news. Many fake news have fixed pattern. For example, fake news can start with breaking or unbelievable, this kind of words. This can be a very useful pattern to detect fake news. And also, it's actually very challenging to discriminate fake news from true news because sometimes fake news can be intentionally created. For example, the original news story of this piece of news is that polio has been found in New York City's wastewater. However, intentionally fabricated news can be there's polio in New York City's tap water. With a slight change of word, the news turns from true news to fake news. Yeah. And here we will introduce our methodology.
So in this section, I'm going to talk about the method we use for the classification task. Firstly, we employed a pre-trained BERT model as the backbone of our model. Because BERT was demonstrated to perform pretty well on sequence classification task. And we utilize the Hugging Face transformer library for the implementation part. Next slide, please. And secondly, as discussed previously, we also noticed that certain words or topics have higher probabilities of being fake news. So we decided to introduce LDA, the most popular and supervised topic model, to find topics which documents belong to. Its classification are based on documents word frequency. We can set the desired number of topics K, and the model can give us the probability of Ti given document J. And finally, we combine the outputs from LDA and BERT to predict whether it is a piece of fake news. And that's our method.
So we come to the experiment part.
The table here shows the performance of our method and other baseline methods on two different data sets. And it can be seen that our method actually outperforms all other baselines. If you look at the GCAN model, you can see that they actually, comparing with other baselines, the GCAN outperforms them. However, it's still having lower accuracy F1 and other metric scores comparing with our method. In this way, it can show that our method is effective in making predictions by identifying and connecting evidence under different topics. And it shows that our method can predict fake news. Can you go to the next slide?
Now we will introduce the explainability of our method. Although our method is relatively simple, we can see that it can achieve superior explainability. For example, this is a piece of fake news. The color right here are actually derived from LIME, which is an explainability model for interpret the prediction of language models. So the darker the background color is, the more important the word is for the decision making of the model. You can see that the model actually focus more on the relatively important part according to our human knowledge. For example, the verb shot, killed, as well as the nouns. For example, the gunman, masked man, and barged. Yeah. And this is another example about a piece of true news. our model actually also highlights words such as Clinton Democratic questions, which are important nouns in the news stories. Okay, so in summary.
We design an effective method that combines traditional topic modeling and recent pre-trained language models, which achieve superior explainability and accuracy on various fake news detection datasets. And the work distribution of our group is listed below.
Thank you.